Disney Pixar's gone and done it again. And when I say done it again, I mean they've made a grown man cry in front of children. What a film. Got to go and watch this one. People, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Filmy Thoughts. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated. Today we're going to talk about an animation film. I love me an animation film. I love me most Disney films, if not all Disney films, actually. And this one's Onward. I can't lie, this is one of the films I went to go and watch, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to feel this film. I don't know why. That's just how I felt. I just felt as though this film is not going to be for me. Obviously, I took the Spartan with me, the young buck, for those who don't know, my daughter. I call her the Spartan. She's my little warrior. Anyway, so yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect with this one. But flipping hell, it just knocked my expectations way out of the park. Way out of the park. It was actually an incredible film, a really nice little adventure film. The premise of this film, I think anyway, from my humble opinion, is it focuses around death and prepares you for death and really understanding to appreciate those around you. Just because you've lost someone in your past doesn't mean that those who are here do not play such a huge part in your life as well. I loved it. I shed a tear. I shed a tear. I shed more than one tear. It was crazy because I couldn't control it. I couldn't control it. There was that scene. It's like, these are from the makers of Coco, by the way, and Coco was the last Disney film that made me cry. There was a section in that film that just set me off, and I don't cry too tough. My missus would love if I could cry more, but I don't do that. So to do it in this film was a big deal. But anyway, let's talk about what the film was about. So picture this: a world where magic exists, where magic is accepted, where magic is loved, where anyone could learn the art of magic. Um, but the world doesn't really want to learn the world of magic. They want the easy life. Learning magic is hard, even though there are some huge benefits to it. They just want the easy life. You could kind of equate that to business and life, which is quite interesting as well, because the majority go for the easy life. They don't want to work hard, they don't want to work over hours in order to achieve their dreams. They're happy to just get by. And that's what basically with this film. So you had some inventors that came up with, for instance, the electricity, the light bulb, and all these things, which the car, the aeroplane, all these things, they came up with those because those were easier rather than learning how to do all these things through magic. So magic kind of dwindles over the centuries. But there's this family who live somewhere in the world. It's all different, by the way. There's all different kinds of people, different colors. We got purple people, we got pink people, we got aliens, we got alligators, and these are all humans kind of thing. So there's this one family in a city, and it's got a mother, two sons, and a stepfather. The original father passed away when one of the kids were young, but he leaves a gift behind that when both of the kids are 18, they are to open this gift. And this gift is the art of magic. And it allows them to spend one day, 24 hours with their father if they're able to pull off this magic trick. So they go off and do this magic trick. Doesn't really work out. Only half of the guy of their father appears. So now it's a race against time to find the right ingredients and redo this magic trick so they could get the whole of their father and spend the rest of the 24 hours with their father. There was a bit at the end. So that's it in a nutshell, really. I mean, it's a really interesting dynamic of a film because the youngest son, for instance, he didn't get to see his dad. His dad passed away when he was about 1 year old. So he has no recollection of his father. Whereas the older brother died when the older brother's father died when he was 5. So he has more memories with his dad. So the opportunity to bring his father back for 24 hours so he can do everything he missed out on gets the best of him, let's say. And it was just interesting because the part that set me off was when I say set me off, I mean with the tears, was when they realize that they've got less than an hour to finish this magic trick so they can spend time with their dad. And the youngest son is obviously fuming with his brother because certain things happen. I'm not going to do too many spoilers, or hopefully any spoilers. But something happens and he's fuming with his older brother because it's like, I'm not going to spend no time with my dad. This is my one chance to spend time with my dad. He storms off. He sits down. He's made a list of things he wanted to do with his dad. Go for a walk, have a heart-to-heart discussion, have a hug, laugh. All kinds of things he really wanted to do with his dad so he could have these memories. But as he's sitting there, he's going through this list and he's realizing that, right, all these things I've actually done with my brother, who I haven't appreciated and I've taken for granted. And I thought that was just cold because he starts to tick off each one with a memory going back to when he was a child doing these things with his brother. So his brother acted like his father, who had taught him everything he knows. And he didn't appreciate that. He didn't even recognize that. Whereas the older brother never got to say goodbye to his dad. So what the younger brother does is he finds a way to actually do the magic trick because it's all within his heart or whatever. And then rather than spend some time with his dad, he says to his older brother, you go and say goodbye to dad. And that was it. I was off after that. I was off. My tears were just, whew. I looked to my right. I see a man like, looked about 40 to 50 years old with around 4 or 5 kids, and he's just wiping up his eyes. I look to my left, there's a woman there with her family and she's doing the same thing, and I was just like, that's it, I'm out of it, I'm gone. my tears were just rolling down my face. I don't know what logical, or should I say what I thought I was doing by looking up expecting the tears to drop, to stop running down my face. I mean, that's just weird. Why would you look up to stop tears running down your face? It was crazy. And I was looking, I was hoping and praying my daughter didn't look at me. And she didn't look at me because I didn't want her to see me crying, right? I didn't want her to see that level of weakness, right? But she didn't look once. And usually she does look. So my theory is she was also crying because she was looking like this the whole time. And I'm sitting over here and I was thinking, But I didn't care at the time. I was just thinking, don't look at me. Nobody look at me. Anyway, it's a tearjerker. It's a really good film. It was fun. It was engaging. I wouldn't say there was much comedy in there, but definitely didn't need it. I just thought it was a beautiful film. It was a really beautiful film. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 4.5 out of 5. Highly recommend it. If you don't have any children, nieces, nephews, cousins, you're just going to have to look weird as you go into a film as an adult to watch a kid's film by yourself. But it'll be worth it. I promise you. I promise you it'll be worth it. That's it from me. I hope it was short and sweet. With all this coronavirus madness going on, I hope everyone's safe, doing the self-isolation thing, whatever it is you may need to do. I'm neither here nor there with it. I'm still going to crack on with my days. But, you know, if you're infected, then wish you a speedy recovery. Whether it's the morning, the evening, the nighttime, the daytime, the evening, I hope you're blessed. You take care.